I had been the type of person who would have obsessed over the idea of a wedding my whole life, but I actually never thought about what I would ever do or what I would want until I met the person. Like, it's like so I haven't actually even thought about that.
Things got unexpectedly tense when Taylor Swift appeared on The Graham Norton Show. Sitting alongside Cillian Murphy, Greta Lee, Domhnall Gleeson, Lewis Capaldi, and Jodie Turner-Smith, everything was running smoothly until Turner-Smith suddenly turned the conversation personal. Out of nowhere, she asked Taylor if she planned on having babies anytime soon. The question caught everyone off guard, including the audience. At first, Taylor laughed it off, pretending not to understand what was being asked. But when Turner-Smith doubled down and asked again, this time even more directly, the room went quiet for a second. Taylor paused mid-sip of her wine, gave a little nervous laugh, and took another sip instead of answering right away, clearly deciding whether to respond or dodge gracefully. Before the moment could spiral into full-on awkwardness, Graham Norton, ever the smooth host, jumped in and steered the chat back to lighter topics. Taylor, showing her trademark composure, smiled and joked that maybe that kind of talk was better suited for backstage, promising she'd text Jodie later about it. The crowd laughed, the tension broke, and the moment passed, but not before it became internet gold. Within hours, clips and fan reactions were flooding X and TikTok. Swifties debated whether Turner-Smith crossed a line, while others praised Taylor for keeping her cool under pressure. One viral comment read, "Jodie just lost her wedding invite," summing up how fans felt about the unexpected question. Still, baby talk aside, Taylor handled the rest of the appearance like the superstar she is. Earlier in the episode, she gave fans a tiny peek into her upcoming wedding to Travis Kelce. She casually mentioned that it's going to be huge because, in her words, doing something small actually feels more stressful. Only Taylor could make a massive event sound like the easier option. Dressed in a stunning black jewel-encrusted David Coma mini dress and rocking her now-famous vintage engagement ring, an old mine brilliant cut diamond, Taylor looked radiant, confident, and fully in control. She chatted about her new album, The Life of a Showgirl, which had just dropped that Friday, and revealed a sweet detail about her fiancé. When asked if Travis had a favorite song from the record, she smiled and said yes. It's called Opalite, a dreamy track inspired by his birthstone. "My dad's obsessed with it too," she added with a laugh, before explaining that the song's message, about creating your own happiness and shining through struggles, felt like a reflection of their relationship. The lyrics, filled with poetic touches, read like a love letter to Kelce. "I had a bad habit of missing lovers past," she sings before lifting into the airy chorus. "Now the sky is opalite." The song closes with the line that made fans melt instantly. "Oh my God, never made no one like you before." Sweet, symbolic, and romantic. Perfectly Taylor. By the end of the interview, it was clear that even when faced with an awkward live TV moment, Taylor Swift knows how to handle it all, with grace, humor, and a perfectly timed sip of wine.
Opalite is a song about, like, kind of forgiving yourself for having gone through something that didn't pan out the way you wanted it to. I'm just happy that that song exists, and also, like, that chorus I'm really just stoked about how, like, absolutely infectious. It's giving yourself permission to, like, not have it all figured out, or not marry the first person you ever dated. Not in that situation when you don't know.
Taylor also opened up about her engagement, admitting that Travis absolutely nailed the proposal. "He really crushed it in surprising me," she said with a dreamy smile, clearly still replaying it in her mind. While chatting on his podcast, he secretly had an entire garden built behind his house just for the proposal, a total 10 out of 10 moment.
Inside the hedges was my tour photographer hiding in bushes that had not previously been there. He went all out, 10 out of 10. Meanwhile, behind his house, he was having the whole back garden turned into this.
That is amazing.
Taking it.
Yeah, it's really fun that we actually have the exact moment.
In true Swift style, she revealed that wedding planning is on hold, at least for now. Taylor said she's focusing on enjoying the excitement of her new album before diving into full-on bridal mode. "The wedding stuff is fun," she admitted, "but I want to finish the promo cycle first." The timing couldn't have been more perfect, as this charming Graham Norton appearance came just hours after The Life of a Showgirl dropped on streaming platforms. Marking her 12th studio album, and her first since announcing her engagement to Travis Kelce, the record instantly sent the internet into a frenzy. Her engagement post had already broken the internet with the cheeky caption, "Your English teacher and your gym teacher are getting married." Created while touring Europe and reuniting with hitmakers Max Martin and Shellback, the album is already poised to dominate global charts. Across its 12 glittering tracks, including a collaboration with Sabrina Carpenter on the title song, Taylor dives deep into themes of love, fame, and the whirlwind romance that's redefined her world. From dreamy metaphors to domestic daydreams, she's not just writing music anymore. She's crafting the next chapter of her life, one lyric at a time. And let's be honest, this new era might be her boldest yet. The Life of a Showgirl is basically a sparkling, unapologetic love letter to Travis Kelce, and she's not hiding it. The 9th track, Wood, has already been labeled her steamiest song ever. The lyrics are pure Swift but with a daring edge. "His love was the key that opened my thighs," she sings, before cheekily adding, "New heights of manhood. I ain't gotta knock on wood." A not-so-subtle nod to Travis and Jason Kelce's podcast. It's sensual, witty, and deeply self-assured, the sound of a woman fully in love and unafraid to show it. The song opens with, "Forgive me, it sounds cocky. He hypnotized me and opened my eyes," a line that practically hums with her signature smirk. But beneath the spice, there's sincerity. On Asterisk Wishlist, she trades fame and fortune for a simple life. "I just want you," she sings, picturing a home with a basketball hoop and a couple of kids who look like Kelce.
It's a song that was actually the last song that we made for the album. And it was the song where, like, after we finished it, I was like, and then in the chorus, it talks about what mine would be. And it's a really dreamy song. It's a really romantic.
In Wishlist, Oplight, Eldest Daughter Honey, and even the hauntingly romantic The Fate of Oilia, Taylor Swift weaves her and Travis Kelce's love story through nearly every song on the album. From imagining a peaceful domestic future to nodding at their cozy off-season escapes in Missouri and Pennsylvania, one thing is crystal clear: this man changed everything. If the Tortured Poets Department asterisk was heartbreak written in grayscale, The Life of a Showgirl is glitter, grit, and head-over-heels infatuation under neon lights. IT also signals a major evolution for Swift, her first album as an engaged woman, her first since fully owning her masters, and her first without longtime collaborator Jack Antonoff. This time, she reunited with Max Martin and Shellback, the hit-making duo behind 1989 and Reputation, delivering pure, unapologetic pop packed with sharp hooks and unstoppable energy. Alongside the sound came a complete visual transformation. Gone are the soft cardigans and poetic minimalism. In their place stands a dazzling Vegas showgirl fantasy, rhinestones, feathers, and bold glamour. The title itself was born from her hectic lifestyle, juggling eras, tour shows, and late-night recording sessions in Sweden. "I was physically exhausted but so mentally alive," she shared on New Heights. "I was just so excited to be creating."
Actually, like, working on this, I was physically exhausted at this point in the tour, but I was so mentally stimulated and so excited to be creating.
Oh,
and
wow.
this is...
And literally living the life of a showgirl.
It was something that I was working on while I was in Europe on the Eras tour.
And Kelce has been her ultimate hype man. Before the album even dropped, he gushed on his podcast about dancing around the house to it nonstop, calling it so much fun to listen to. He added that Taylor's still got those pop beats, but her melodies and references feel even more poetic now.
It's a lot more upbeat, and it's a lot more like fun pop, like excitement. And
Yeah,
I think
that's a good way to
that's
put
a
that.
completely like 180 from a lot of the songs on Torture Poets, for sure. I've been fortunate enough to hear every single song on here, so I know they're all 12 bands.
It turns out Kelce was one of only 5 people who got early access to the album, alongside Swift's publicist Tree Payne, an unnamed studio engineer, and producers Max Martin and Shellback. That's some serious security, though it didn't stop a low-quality leak from hitting the internet just hours before release. Swifties immediately went into detective mode, dissecting every lyric, decoding references, and debating whether subtle jabs were aimed at exes or rivals like Charlie XCX or Olivia Rodrigo. To top it all off, Taylor announced a theatrical release party for The Life of a Showgirl, screening in 540 AMC theaters nationwide. Fans got an exclusive premiere of the Fate of Oily, a music video, behind-the-scenes footage, and commentary straight from Taylor herself.
I'd explain sort of inspirations behind different parts of songs or why I wrote things a certain way. My camera operator, Colin, said, like, it's a shame that this isn't going to be seen on like a big screen. It's such a massive production. I kind of give them an inside scoop into what went into writing this particular song, then I'd play it. And it's a music video debut.
Right.
So it's a premiere of a brand new music video that you can only see in theaters. It's not going to go online.
The 89-minute film, a cheeky nod to her birth year, and, of course, 1989 is projected to pull in between $30 and $50 million, with a staggering $15 million earned in pre-sales within the first 24 hours. So yeah, the Swift-Kelce era has officially arrived. Loud, proud, and perfectly choreographed. The Life of a Showgirl isn't just an album, it's a full-blown statement. It's sultry, sparkling, and self-assured. The sound of Taylor Swift completely in love, fully in control, and absolutely owning her prime while the world watches her shine. But let's talk about the elephant in the room. When Taylor first revealed the track list, fans immediately zeroed in on one title: Ruin the Friendship. The speculation will spun fast, with theories flying that it might reference a falling out with longtime bestie Blake Lively, especially given Blake's messy legal drama with It Ends With Us director Justin Baldoni, which awkwardly pulled Taylor's name into headlines. Swifties wondered, did the off-screen chaos spill into their friendship? Plot twist, it didn't. That theory's officially dead. Ruin the Friendship isn't about celebrity beef or Hollywood betrayal. It's a slow-burn heartbreaker that reaches way back to high school-era Taylor. Instead of a jab at fame or friends, she rewinds to her Nashville teenage years, reminiscing about a boy she probably should have kissed but never did. The song's packed with vivid little details: Gallatin Road, football games from his Jeep, prom night shoutouts to 50 Cent. It's pure nostalgia until it's not. Midway through, Swift flips the mood. Her voice drops to a whisper as she sings, asterisk, when I left school, I lost track of you. Abigail called me with bad news.
Goodbye.
Asterisk, the emotion hits hard. That Abigail? None other than Abigail Anderson Beard, Taylor's real-life best friend, the same one immortalized in 15. The lyrics never say exactly who they lost, but the grief is unmistakable. She describes flying home, standing at the grave, and whispering the words she never said, should have kissed you anyway. It's devastating and beautifully simple, a quintessential Taylor move. By the end, she leaves us with one of her classic bittersweet lessons. My advice is always ruin the friendship. Better that than regret it for all time. Oh no, it's not about Blake. Not even close. It's about missed chances, lost time, and the kind of heartbreak that lingers long after the music fades. Damn you, Taylor Swift, you did it again. That's all for this video, folks. We'll see you next time.